What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. Yes, I am your host, as always, returning once again for this fantastic and glorious episode, which, by the way, episode 153. Wow, we are just climbing the numbers here. But I would be remiss if I didn't let my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts say hello this week. So up first, we have Mr. Ron Klee coming back at you.
I am not the chair.
I missed that one.
Why is where'd he go? He just as soon as we started, he literally ran off.
Yeah, hey guys, we're live, and he disappears.
He just gets on the go. It's like, fuck this.
Up next, we have Mr. Pantherian again returning to us.
Yeah, I'm tired as shit, but I wanted to be here this week, so
that's awesome, and I appreciate you coming back, definitely. And then, of course, we have the chair,
who is actually a person. Surprise!
Wow, attention grabber coming back to us,
coming back to grab.
Hi, everybody. I have birds, and I didn't want them to be loud, so I put their cover on.
Bird grabber.
The burbs.
Yep.
Bird grabber. Giggity. All right, you guys. So let's start things off with my favorite part of the podcast. I know it. You guys love it. It's news. Yes. Okay, so in unrelated news, I actually turned in my 2-week notice for my current job. I will be picking up a new job. Which actually gives me weekends, like guaranteed. This is gonna be awesome.
God, because you know how hard it is to fill your shoes. Well, it's actually pretty easy, but it's a lot of work.
Thanks, Ron. You're so supportive. The beautiful thing is, I am gonna be working for what is basically a geek's wet dream. I'm going to work for DigiKey. Now, if you guys don't know, DigiKey is the 5th largest electronics distributor in the U.S. All kinds of electronic components. Oh, they're 4th
in North
now.
America.
Sweet, they're 4th. Yeah. So
5th in the world. 5th in the world.
Yeah, I'm gonna go work for these guys. It's gonna be a cool job. You know,
our company gets like a whole bunch of shit from.
Well, a lot of people do. You know.
Oh, Dan's
and unfortunately died. Dan died on us.
Womp womp.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, in gaming news, so let's make it somewhat legitimate here. Let's talk a little bit about Fortnite. I'm going out of order for the sake of my co-host here. Let's talk about Fortnite. So huge game, right? And huge fan base here. Recently announced that not only are they going mobile, but now it's cross-platform. Holy shit. Not only cross-platform, but it's going to work with the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, iOS, Android. Did I say Xbox? I don't care. PC, it's all over the place, right?
That's pretty cool.
Except the infamous Sony Microsoft rivalry. The Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 are not going to work in cross-platform.
Wow, what are the odds of that?
Right.
One in one.
We kind of saw that coming, but that's a huge cross-platform. In fact, I think that's the biggest to date.
So I on my Samsung phone could theoretically play with Ron on his computer.
Yes.
Who could also be playing with my buddy on their Xbox.
Yes.
But screw Veg on his PlayStation. He's
right. Yeah, Veg is out. But the rest of it works, which is really kind of cool. You know?
Your ass handed to you if you're trying to play on mobile with other people, but
probably, yeah. And that's just it, right? I mean, how is mobile going to compete with some of the other guys? But hey, you never know. Maybe they've figured something out.
Personally, I think they should exclude mobile from that cross-platform thing. I hope they don't make me think that me with my 2 thumbs and my phone can play with someone with lightning fast reflexes on their computer.
Right. I mean, if you're on something like, if you're doing like a card game, or something like that, I think that sort of cross-platform is perfect. but when you're doing an action game, it gets kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
This game's going to have extremely, that for one, and some extremely intuitive controls, and I don't think that's going to happen.
It's, I don't know, but you never know. Weirder things have happened. Maybe it'll work. So.
And talk about Fortnite. I actually watched some Fortnite gameplay, and it just seems like really bizarre because they use the building as a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a one-on-one battle, you don't just shoot it out. You build a staircase in front of you after you hit him a couple times so that he can't return fire. And then you start building these elaborate mazes for your opponent to come through, and eventually you just find that you're right next to the guy. And it's bizarre. I don't think I'd like playing that game.
It is an interesting game. I have yet to play it, but I have watched several videos on it, and I mean, yeah, it's unlike anything that's really out there right now.
It's free to play too, isn't it?
I believe. Yeah. I believe it is.
It is.
So, all right. So you guys like RPGs, right? I'm a huge RPG fan.
Depends on the RPG.
Yeah, well, this one might spark some interest. So Neverwinter Nights is getting remastered and released. They just announced their launch date of March 27th. So this will be very cool. And this is a huge RPG, at least for, RPG fans. All within the realm of like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, Planescape.
Enhanced edition.
Yeah, this will be a cool one. Honestly, I can't wait to see how exactly they go about the remaster, how much they keep true to form. That's a big part of it for me.
I mean, I think they're just based on Baldur's Gate, like they fixed. I'm playing it right now. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. They fixed a bunch of quests that had broken stuff. And they're just redoing some of the graphics and making it look better. It's not, I don't think they're doing a lot.
Right. Well, that could be good though.
No, that's good. It's basically making it playable for people today, and it'll look good instead of people like,
Right. What are the old graphics?
They weren't that bad. I mean, I recently I had it installed on some old disk, and I brought it up and I was like, this doesn't look so bad. It's kind of plain, but it's a pretty good looking, dungeon crawler RPG.
Well, I'll definitely have to go back to it. And oddly enough, that was one of my wife's favorite games. And we're talking about somebody who doesn't game. Yeah. And she loved it.
Pretty easy to get into.
Yeah, it was a cool little game. So, all right, moving on with at least RPG news. World of Warcraft recently came out with an interesting little update that's coming here soon. Orcs apparently are getting an update. They are no longer hunched over.
They learned posture.
Yeah, wait, what? Like
Orgrimmar got a chiropractor.
Come on, you guys. Upright orcs.
Really?
As it is.
As long as there's no upright trolls.
Personally, I've never actually played WoW, so I don't know what orcs used to look like.
Okay, so and I'm fairly good at this. Like a lot of the orcs kind of sit hunched over like this.
Notice he said in advance of this that he's fairly good at this. Have you cosplayed an orc before?
Good at this. I have terrible posture, for the record.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm looking at pictures. They all pretty much look like this.
Yeah, they're all very hunched over and kind of slouched, and
as if like the top half of their body was rotated slightly, so they're like that, kind of.
Yeah, but they have trolls for sure are like super bent over, but the
trolls are really bad. But I don't know. For me, I have to wonder how necessary this sort of thing is. Like, was there an outcry for this, or
maybe
are they just keeping busy?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, the models look really, really good. You can check them out on Wowhead, on Polygon. They've got several pictures that's all over the place. But yeah, the models look really cool. Definitely. So, all right. So let's move on to an interesting article that was posted up here by Mr. Runkley himself. And I'm actually a little bit ashamed that I didn't catch this. As kind of the Nintendo fanboy, if you will. Huge announcement from Nintendo Direct, actually.
Announcements? More like announcements?
Well, yeah, several announcements.
Super Smash Brothers coming to Switch.
Oh, can't wait to the Switch.
It's honestly just another reason for me to buy a Switch.
I love my Switch.
I have money.
Yeah, as is, the Switch is amazing. Adding Smash Brothers to it, even better.
Yep. A whole bunch of other things happening. Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers coming to 3DS. I think Splatoon was getting an expansion. They're releasing a Dark Souls amiibo.
Yes.
I'm going to get that as soon as it's available. Whether or not I have the money for it.
Whether or not I have... Doesn't matter.
I don't myself in debt if I have to. I'm getting that amiibo.
I don't need a Dark Souls amiibo, but I would really like a Solaire vinyl pop, like little pop guys, but they don't have one.
Really?
See, the thing is,
Dark Souls ones.
With the amiibo, it's surprisingly detailed. Like some of the amiibos I've seen are kind of lackluster. This one's really detailed. They did a really good job with it.
Well, the amiibos in general, I have a few of them. I tried collecting them for a while, then I gave up because money. But
yeah, exactly.
The Ganon one, they're pretty detailed. Honestly.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
I also have Rob. The other ones are in like a case. I don't want to take them out. That's annoying.
Nice.
See, I don't have Rob.
They are pretty detailed.
Rob.
You know what sucks? This one cost me $30.
Yeah,
which is not what they're supposed to cost. Thanks, Amazon.
And Splatoon 2 is adding Octolings.
Yes.
Octolings.
Okay.
Well, with Splatoon, actually, the male and female characters out of Splatoon are coming to Smash
yes.
for the Switch, which will be very cool.
Yeah, that was the primary the ad for it, or the reveal was
right.
Like 2 minutes of Splatoon gameplay, and then you see the like
dramatic
with like the cross on fire,
which is awesome. Yeah. Well, then, of course, shortly thereafter, Mr. Sakurai himself, Masahiro Sakurai, the longtime director of Smash Brothers, is coming back for the Switch release. Hell yes.
There you go.
So we are getting full-on proper Smash Brothers.
Fantastic.
Which is going to be awesome. Yeah. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Very hyped.
Didn't he stop directing the Smash Bros series because they were really tiring him out?
Yeah, they were kind of.
I think so.
Well, maybe he took a nap.
Something on that
line. He took a nap. He's fine now.
Right, basically. I mean,
so take a nap. I said advise the missiles.
Right.
But I'm late tired.
God. All right.
Good reference, Dan. Good reference.
Let's move on to a bit of Blizzard news. So, let's see, Pent, you brought up that Blizzard celebrates StarCraft's 20th anniversary. What was going on there?
It's a celebration.
StarCraft's 20th anniversary.
Well, yeah, but they were doing stuff. I mean, come on.
So if you basically log in all your Blizzard games, StarCraft Remastered, if you log in today, you get a 20th anniversary UI skin. In StarCraft 2, you get UI skins and a bunch of other shit. Diablo 3, you get a battle cruiser pet. Overwatch, you get a really awesome Sarah Kerrigan ghost skin for Widowmaker.
It is as awesome as he says.
Yeah,
it is pretty good, actually. I'm glad I got
that
in for free because I've been looking to get one at some point.
Yeah. World of Warcraft starting the 31st up to April 6th. If you salute one of the StarCraft themed companion pets, you receive a feat of strength.
And that's it.
Here's the Storm after March 27th. You get a portrait, and Hearthstone, you get some Kobolds and Catacombs packs. And
cool.
There's actually, if you log into StarCraft 2, if you start the game up, the splash screen is kind of a cool. They're like sitting around, and it says like, StarCraft 20th anniversary, and all the characters are sitting around. And also, I when I just mentioned it, when I turned on Hearthstone just to get some stuff, I don't know if you guys noticed, by the way, like if you have your Blizzard launcher, sometimes there's like a little present up in the corner, and I don't know if it's specifically from Twitch or just random, but sometimes like you have free shit and you have to accept it. So I had some Hearthstone packs. I accepted it. I loaded up Hearthstone, and it's got like an opening cinematic now. I don't know how long that's been there. It may have been there for a while, but I haven't opened up Hearthstone in a while. But it's really cool. So if you haven't opened up Hearthstone in about 6 months or something, I encourage you to do so. It's kind of cool. There's like a little song and dance number about Hearthstone.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's continue with a bit of Blizzard news here, because there's been some interesting stuff going on in Overwatch League, oddly enough. Specifically, Blizzard has taken action against 4 players. What's going on here?
Ron.
Dan.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can tell you about XQC. That's about it.
Is it? I think that was what I think we posted about the same thing.
Did anybody read?
No. Was posted, or? The one I posted was about XQC, and I was going to get into that after we went through those.
Oh, I didn't actually read mine. I just posted it.
He didn't read the article he posted, guys.
I know, you guys. Completely unprepared.
Basically, 4 people got either fined, warned, or suspended. One guy said some kind of racial slur on his personal stream. Another one posted some bad meme to social media. He apologized for it and got off lightly. Another guy did some account sharing. But XQC was what I wanted to talk about, because
holy crap.
DOA and Monte Cristo. DOA and Monte Cristo went off on this guy on one of their segments, and it's a really stupid segment called Dr. DOA.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, you've seen it. Yeah, he wears this doctor's outfit, and then he has Monte Cristo come in as whatever team that he's a part of, and he's like, he's like, let's come take an X-ray, and they have an X-ray, and one of the problems he has is XQC, which they say is extremely questionable conduct.
Yes,
XQC took offense to this and went off on Monte Cristo on social media, right? Yeah. And Monte Cristo struck back at him. I mean, if you know Monte Cristo, he's not going to hold anything back.
Oh, no.
And XQC eventually got fined $4,000 and suspended for 4 games.
Yeah.
Because he just went off on the casters, both on social media and on his personal stream. So, he's out until April.
Which was taken such a small thing, what I call making a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah.
It's you take a small thing and just blow it way out of proportion.
Exactly.
So, way too much. But nonetheless, let's talk a little bit about the cancer of gaming, shall we? Yeah. So,
hold on. Okay, I'm ready.
Here's the face palm. So,
I'm unprepared.
All right, you guys. Huffington Post posted up that Steam has a very, very bad Nazi problem going on here.
Jesus Christ.
Like a complete bastion of hate going on in the Steam forums.
What happens when you don't police your social media platform?
Yeah, so the Steam forums have been known for pointless hate and stupid shit, but there is just forum after forum about kill the Jews, Nazis forever, just stupid shit.
School shooting groups.
Half of them have like 1 member in them.
But there are some that have large numbers of members.
True, but that raises the question, why do they exist in the first place? Why are
they allowed to exist?
Yeah, where is the policing of your forums? Like, why are you not... I get freedom of speech, but not with regard to hate speech.
They need a crackdown.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are at all curious, this article comes from Huffington Post. It's an interesting article. Certainly, it does make you wonder. Please check it out and, join
I feel like a lot of the kill all the Jews and the Nazis and all that stuff. It's a lot of just edgy kids.
That's
a lot of it is edgy teenagers.
This falls into 3 categories of people. 1, your internet trolls.
Yes.
They totally don't mean what they say, but just want to get a rise out of people. 2, as Attention Grabber said, it's your edgy kids that, you know, for whatever reason want to get in, you know, they're trying to find an escape from something, and this is what they use. 3, it's the people who damn believe this shit. And those are the people that are the most dangerous.
Right. Absolutely.
And when you allow these communities to thrive, like Steam is, you're going to get a lot of number 3 before long. And that's not good.
And that's kind of the problem. I personally want to believe that these started out as like troll.
And I'm sure they did. I'm like 99% sure that none of these were created by people who believe it.
Yeah. It's so fucking frustrating, you know.
And knowing how Valve operates as a company, it doesn't surprise me that it's like this. And I would not be surprised if this does not change without legal action.
Right.
Yeah. Which I don't think will happen for a while.
Unfortunately. But yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm very, very happy to say that at least it's, you know, getting light, that this is getting out there to people. It's unfortunate that we have to talk about this. You know, it really is. But let's move on to a slightly off-topic thing here. Speaking of just terrible, cancerous things, Dark Souls. You guys.
Hey, now hang on a second.
Dark Souls is back in the news. Yeah. No, but seriously. So one particular streamer has completed the entire Dark Souls series without taking a hit.
No hitting 3 games straight.
Holy
which is,
crap.
if you've ever played Dark Souls, that is insane.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's not
completely
just
ludicrous to be able to do it without ever taking a single hit.
Yeah, that's pure insanity. And this was actually to his own disbelief. The runner couldn't even believe that he managed to pull it off.
Yeah. Well, he also failed right at the very last moment in one of his attempts. So the fact that he was able to pull it off would be surprising to anybody at all.
Very, very.
I mean,
cool,
I've seen some difficult gaming feats fail at the last moment. An Attention Grabber. I don't know if you saw one of Spoody's Coda low percent attempts.
I don't think I. No,
and he got to 5-4, and 5-4 was Deep Blues, and he sat there for like 5 minutes on the intro screen, and then he talked it out. He talked out what he needed to do, and he went in and started to do it, and something happened that he wasn't expecting, and he got hit right at the end.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
He also missed out on having the first ever Coda clear in a race.
Really?
This was back in pre-DLC. On 4-4, he had Death Metal. He froze Death Metal, killed him, misjudged his damage, and stepped on Death Metal's gold.
Oh no. No.
And he ended up not getting it. Someone else ended up getting it, ironically, on a stream he was hosting. Yeah. But yeah, failing difficult attempts like that is it shows what type of person you are if you come back and eventually do it.
Like, right. Oh yeah, and the fact that he did it from, because Dark Souls is by no means a quick game or a short game. They're very long, and if you're taking it as cautiously as he had to not get hit ever, it had to be him taking a lot of time to do it.
And I didn't specifically look, but I don't think he used.
It was no glitches. I don't think. No.
Yeah, he didn't like glitch through like all the what's it called, the Lord Vessel slip or Kiln slip or whatever.
Yeah,
there's a couple known glitches that skip a bunch of bosses, and I don't think he used them.
I wonder how he dealt with Seath, because you're supposed to die to Seath the Scaleless.
Right. So they did, like, the agreement basically among speedrunners and whatever is that does not count as a hit. Like, it's scripted. It's part of the story.
Yeah, and so it's a scripted thing. So count. I figure, but still, props to that guy. Now he needs to do all of them until New Game 7 without getting hit.
No.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Moving on from Bloodborne. Moving on from Dark Souls to a Dark Soul.
Yes, actually. Ron just reading my mind. And I hate to talk about this, but we kind of have to.
Yeah, it's my news feed for video games has been filled with this shit since Florida.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's pissing me off because we're missing a lot of cool gaming stuff that's happening because of this.
Sadly.
Like, I almost missed Nintendo Direct.
Well, and that's pretty bad. Yeah.
So our favorite orange-haired toupee idiot in chief.
Can we just say clown in chief or
idiot in chief's better?
Yeah,
he had a meeting this past week with some video game executives, which, by the way, Activision Blizzard not intend at all.
Which is interesting.
They did a Call of Duty instead. And apparently was, quote, this meeting was, quote, unproductive and bizarre, which pretty much describes the presidency.
Well, right.
Every meeting with him, probably.
But you're also talking about a guy who has zero idea about technology, about gaming, about culture. You know, it's so it doesn't surprise me in the least. This is a guy who's basically the poster child for Clueless.
Yep.
So
the article actually says that
not to get political, but let's be real. He doesn't understand our group of people.
Now, have you guys seen the video that the White House put out?
Which one?
The violence in video games?
No.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I should watch it now.
Yes. Yeah, so it is called Violence in Video Games. It's apparently an unlisted video, but I mean it's everywhere. There's over 1 million views on this thing. And it shows some of the more violent scenes in video games. Like, to be fair, these are some pretty crazy things, like a guy throwing a knife and hitting the guy in the forehead, some various mass shootings, stuff like that.
Mostly like COD stuff.
Yeah, COD, Wolfenstein.
They specifically chose them
anything
for the
from
violence.
Yeah,
anything from like Gorn VR or no?
I mean, it's shit. Like, you could just take violent parts of rated R movies.
Oh yeah, they're showing the airport scene from
from Call. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're going to talk about violence, that's usually the one they pull up.
Yep. Battlefield 1s with, and yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Devolver Digital posted a response, a comment on this video that says,
who again is like the poster child of violent video games.
They said, "When can we pre-order?"
Awesome. Good for them. Have a sense of humor.
Yeah, I actually had not watched the video until just now, and it's
I haven't watched it. I'll have to watch it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing people are talking about. It's like, we can't let children play these video games. You're like, well, that's why they're rated M.
Right.
So,
right. Which, by the way, for the uninitiated, the ESRB is not, I repeat, not a federal agency at all. This is a group that was created from gaming companies to regulate their own industry. Okay. So that's people taking responsibility for their own craft. And so when something is particular rated A for adult, whatever, you know, they take these sort of things seriously. So, yeah. Anyway.
Actually, I remember hearing something about the ESRB lately. They're going to be adding, I believe, contains in-app purchases or in-game purchases to the cover of games and all that stuff. Along with use of tobacco, alcohol, violence, that kind of stuff. Right. They're going to add contains in-game purchases, which I don't think is very much of anything at all. I don't think it's very helpful. No, a lot of games you have the option to buy DLC in the game. So,
and we've talked about it in the past. You know, there have been parents who've sued because their kids have bought thousands of dollars, you know, in a particular game.
Oh, well, I don't mean
sue over that. So
I don't mean like Call of Duty, or not Call of Duty, Star Wars Battlefront, you know, loot crates. I'm talking about like Witcher 3 buying the expansions, the story DLCs.
No, but that's okay. You know, I still think that's
okay. It's progress. It's progress.
Definitely. Well, let's talk about violence in video games a little bit more, because I about got as violent as I can get without smashing any of my equipment, mind you. So the Oculus, the good old Oculus Rift, which I adore. I actually keep it handy. I use my headset all the damn time.
Oh, wow.
I love my Oculus. However, so many problems this past week. So Oculus was hit with basically an oversight, as best I can put it. All of the Oculus headsets have stopped working due to an expired certificate. Really? Like, come on, you guys. Come on, seriously. So apparently this has been fixed, mind you. And go on, there is a March update on the Oculus website. If you happen to own one, that you can fix your own headset and everything will be good. But someone at Oculus screwed up by allowing an expired certificate to have basically soft bricked all the company's headsets, which allowed users to fire up the software and the device itself. Issues were reported several hours within the situation happening. And again, it was just an issue of Oculus failing to update the expired certificates within a proper update. So you got a cannot reach Oculus runtime service error. Yeah, that's crazy to me. Like, I don't understand how you can allow that sort of thing to happen. You'd think you'd be on top of it.
Yeah,
I was pretty pissed off, but they have fixed it. They have fixed it. It was a fairly quick update. However, some users are reporting that they just received an immediate push for the update. I, however, experienced what a majority of people have experienced, which is I had to go to the Oculus website and force an update to my headset in order to get this thing to work. But, and actually, I tested it just before the show. I am experiencing intermittent connectivity. Every now and then the headset just shuts off. No reason. I don't know if that's me. I haven't done the research yet. But that is particularly frustrating as well. So Oculus, fix your shit, because you have my money. So God damn it, I expect something. You know,
that's one more reason I'm going to be buying an HTC Vive when I have the money.
You know, I thought about it, but so expensive. So
it is, but I'm actually going to wait for the Pro that's coming out soon.
Ooh, and the Pro looks awesome. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's just in terms of specs, in terms of how they halved the weight, looks really good.
Yeah, just the specs alone is amazing. Yeah. But all right, and then I have another piece of news coming out. It's no secret I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. Just
Final Fantasy VII is going to be released.
No, not yet. Okay. Not yet. But the Final Fantasy 15 launched for the Windows system. I don't know why I was going to call it a console. Anyway, so Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition launched on Tuesday this week to a lot of fanfare. It's an amazing, amazing game in 4K. It's a 63 gig, if I remember, update just to get the high definition texture pack for it. Yeah, 63 gigs just for the texture pack. So it's a massive game, but I'm running it fairly smoothly at about 40 frames per second, and that's on my 1080 Ti. So it's an intense game.
I'm gonna add that game to my wish list. Actually, I've been meaning to add that for a while.
Here's the thing with the Windows edition. It's a little bit better than Fallout stable, like Fallout 4. It's a little bit more stable than that, but not by much. I've experienced a few crashes and some really inopportune times. However, still no update on when the mod kit is coming out. That was the biggest selling point, right? We're going to launch this on Windows. You guys can mod this game to your heart's content. Still no date or kit. So, damn you, Square Enix. Get your shit together. However, game's a blast. Highly recommended.
I have too many games that I need to get that are so expensive.
It is a little bit pricey. It is a full price game. It is a full price one, but well worth it. It's an amazing game in and of itself. It's huge. It'll take you forever.
Yeah, a testament to how good it is that my older brother, who doesn't really play RPGs, he doesn't really play this kind of game just in general. He bought it, he played it, and he loves it. And I think he got it on the Xbox, but he really does like the game. So
yeah,
it has to be good if he's going to play it.
Really, really good. Really, really good. So anyway, that's all I've got for news, unless my co-hosts here have anything else they want to add.
Oh, let's see what's happening with our esports. New York is 14-2. They're just killing it. But they've got some teams on their butts here with Seoul, just one game back, 13-3. London's kind of fallen off. They're down to 11-5, but we'll see how they do in the playoffs. And over on the NALCS, we said last week that TSM made it back over 500.
TSM.
This week they went 1-1, 8-7, and they've actually knocked Team Liquid out of fourth.
Ooh, not bad.
What's up with this? Team Liquid not in fourth. Echo Fox and Cloud9 are tied for the league top at 11-4. Clutch Gaming third at 10-5.
See, I'm kind of a closet Cloud9 fan. So
everyone is, because they're the only team that does good at Worlds.
Well, really, they are.
But yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Well,
and you know what time it is?
What time is it, Ron?
Boom, the playlist. Show, what have you been playing?
Oh, shit. Wow, you caught me off guard. Well, I've already talked somewhat length about it. A lot of Final Fantasy, which launched on Tuesday. Fucking amazing. Dude, watching this game in full-on 4K it's beautiful. It's absolutely mind-blowing. It gets some shit for being, a road trip, basically. But, God, that's a fun game. I really thoroughly enjoy that.
Nice.
And then big shout-outs to one of my favorite mod authors on Fallout 4, King Gath, who is continually updating his Sim Settlements patch. He just announced today there is his first anniversary mega mod patch that he just dropped, which is basically a compilation of some of the different mods that people have incorporated into Sim Settlements. And it's really, really cool to kind of see all these other guys working within just this one mod. So yeah, he kind of did his own shout out to everybody else who supported him. So I wanted to give him massive shout outs. It's cool to see an old game. Well, I say that old in air quotes, game still being played, still being updated. I love Fallout 4. And honestly, that has been about it. So how about you, Mr. Runkley? What have you been playing?
A lot of Sub-Level 0 for obvious reasons.
The tournament.
Not a tournament. No, it's the Calithon coming up next month.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, so I've been playing that a bit. I actually died, not today, but the last time I played. A silly death in Sub-Level 5 is terrible. I can't be doing that stuff in a marathon setting, so hopefully we'll sort that out. But I've been playing some other things as well. Occasionally, still getting back into Puyo Puyo Tetris. More Tetris than anything. A little bit of Next Up Hero. I've kind of grown away from that game because there's one or two particular modes that just irritate the fuck out of me because they're so unbalanced right now. But with this being in early access, I'm just really hoping that goes away at some point. Mini Metro, I actually played a couple of the new cities in there. Haven't played since they added it, but didn't do very well at it. So there's that. And then I actually played a little bit of Null Vector. They added a zone in Null Vector, and it makes the game considerably easier because you can get more power-ups, which is really nice. And then Creeper World 3, I finally got one of the grindy achievements I've been going for to collect 500 of a particular item. 122 achievements down, 17 to go.
Damn.
That's it.
Awesome.
That's it.
That's it. Awesome. All right. Well, how about you, Mr. Attention Grabber?
I've been playing. Honestly, it's just been mostly Slay the Spire. I have played a little bit of Goner. I played a little bit of Iconoclasts when I attempted to stream, but I was still pretty sick. Other than that,
Iconoclasts.
It's okay.
The fucking bird.
I haven't gotten very far. I think I've gotten an hour into the game. But I was actually going to play one game. I don't remember what it was. It was the one that you gifted me, show. Something.
Oh, Monkey Island.
Yes, that.
Yes! You haven't played it.
I have it downloaded, but I haven't gotten around to playing it. I'm probably going to play it after.
And I kept meaning to bother you about it and see what you thought.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't, because I haven't even touched it yet.
You fail me.
I'm gonna.
That's all right. That's all right. I have such I have such love for this game. I really believe that you're going to enjoy it. So,
well, I'm up for pretty much anything, really. So I don't think I'll be disappointed or anything.
I hope so.
It seems. I can't say anything. I haven't even looked at it.
It's fun.
It is fun. It's a humorous game, and you have to keep that in mind. The things you do are silly for the sake of being silly. Like, there's no other reason. So,
all right, I'll keep that in mind.
Hey, show.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about Loom.
Don't get me started on Loom. Yeah, so Loom is an adventure game, which you would use. Sorry, I'm not.
What are the ingredients in grog?
Why do you bait me? Why? I'm not doing this.
I'm confused.
You'll get it within like the first 5 minutes of playing the game.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
That sounds like. Anyway, yep.
Don't make me face palm.
That's pretty much it for me.
I was really hoping to hear a theme song, but anyway. All right, well, Pantherian, what have you been doing?
Oh
God, greatest soundtrack ever. With the facepalm from Ron.
That was my phone ringer for a while.
Oh, greatest soundtrack ever.
Right now it's Legend of Zelda in heavy metal.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
I played some Hollow Knight, which so far I recommend.
Playing that again.
Have you played that at all?
I have. It's a lot of fun.
So after playing Ori, whatever.
Yep.
I was like,
Ori.
I call it Ori.
Hallowed are the Ori.
Yeah.
For anyone who watched Stargate.
I need to play Hollow Knight because I played it for a while. I think I put a few hours into it, and then I got lost and I got really confused, and I just kind of took a break from it. But then I forgot to go back to it, and so now I don't know what's going on at all.
It is very easy to do.
I've only played a few hours. I think I've beaten the first 2 or maybe 3 bosses or something, but it's pretty fun. I'll probably go back to it. I don't know if I'm going to get like deep into it. Some people like 100% it and do all the lore and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah,
but I think
I'm not going to do that.
Go through and play it.
Blind Forest, actually.
I still need to finish Witcher 3, the DLC. I've just been like, I'll log in, I'll start it up, I'll play, 20 minutes, 1 or 2 quests or something, and then stop playing.
Add that to the list of games I need to play.
This week, or last week maybe, whenever season 13 started on Diablo, I think it was a week and a half ago or something. But I just did Solo 80 Rift this evening, and I don't even have very many ancients. And I'm about to finish the season challenges or whatever. So if you want to play Diablo, I will boost you. And if you want to play a super easy build, Crusader Condemn just melts faces.
You had me at easy, you lost me with Crusader.
Man, it's fun. You just continuously explode and blow up everything around.
Did I hear this correctly? Dan's Crusader is easy?
Yeah, that's kind of what I got here.
Yes.
It's
maybe. Anyway.
That actually reminds me of a game that I actually played that I forgot to mention. Stronghold Crusader. Don't know how old that game is, but I played a little bit.
Well, it's been around a while.
And and also there's I know a couple of you guys are Facebook friends, but so my son's been like super into gaming, right? And he likes playing Mario mostly.
I was really hoping you'd talk about this.
Yeah. So he likes playing Mario, and like I like to play Mario with him. Mario on Wii multiplayer is really frustrating. Like when somebody gets hit, the screen freezes for a second, so it screws up your movement, and like he constantly gets me killed, and then he yells at me because he's like, "Daddy, don't go in the hole."
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And so I was like, let's do something else. Like I want to play some other game with him. I tried playing Kirby. What was the Kirby on Wii? The Yarn, Epic Yarn.
Oh, Epic Yarn. Yeah,
that was kind of fun, but he had some trouble kind of controlling that a little bit. So I was like, let's do something totally different. So I saw somebody on Reddit was talking about playing board games with their kids. I'm like, he plays Chutes and Ladders, he plays Candyland and those kind of games.
Right.
But I was like, let's try something different. So I decided I was going to play D&D with my 4-year-old.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And it turned out way better than expected. So like, it wasn't real D&D. I said one night I was driving him back from preschool, and I was like, so, do you want to play a game where we have an adventure? And he goes, yeah, I want to. I said, okay, what if you could have in your imagination, if you wanted to go on an adventure, what kind of person would you be? Would it be a space pilot, or like a knight with a shield and a sword, or a wizard? He goes, I want to be a wizard. I said, okay, well, what does your wizard looks like? He's like, he wears red clothes and has an orange cape. And so like he describes stuff to me. So I found back in like high school or something, there's this Flash thing called Hero Machine. It's old. It's a pretty old thing. And in fact, the website seems to be kind of like abandonware, and none of it was working for me. But I found I had saved it, like you could download the whole Flash thing. So I basically built like a little cartoon character version of the wizard that he wanted to be. And so I was like, okay, this is Ethan the wizard, and he has a pet dragon. And I said, why are you going on an adventure? What do you need to get? He goes, there's a special golden light, and it's in a castle. I said, okay, well, we're gonna go to the castle. And so like, so I said, the wizard's walking down the road, and there's a big tree in the way. And how does he get around the tree? So my kid goes, he uses his magic. I said, okay. And I said, roll this and get a number bigger than a 6. And I gave him a D20. And the very first roll he ever makes was a natural 1.
Yeah. Welcome to D&D.
You have to get skill over time. I mean, you don't just roll a natural 20 your first roll out.
Yeah. So he goes, did I do it? I said, I don't know. Is 1 bigger than 6? He goes, no. I said, well, okay. So he tried to use his magic, but he forgot the words to his spell. So how else does he do it? He goes, he just pushes it with his hands. I said, okay, roll bigger than a 10 or whatever. And he rolled like a 19. And I said, it turns out that the tree was hollow and it wasn't very heavy. And so he pushes it another way with his hands. So like, we played like a 15-minute session. He went into the castle and he got the magic thing, and there were some bad guys in there, and he turned them into good guys. Their names are Kaylee and Cassie, but they're boys. I'm writing notes down. And then, so we played for 15 minutes, and then he enjoyed it. So he said, next time I'm going to be in space. The next time I actually broadcast on Facebook Live, and we went through, and it was funny because there were certain things where he was getting really frustrated with me because I was like trying to give him obstacles, because he said there's a silver box with a silver key in it, and it's on the moon. So he got in a spaceship, and then I said, okay, now what do you do? He's like, well, I land and then the box is there and I unlock it and I get the key. I was like, well, you can't just. I said, the little box then gets the keys. So you have to get inside the big box. He's like, I used my key. I was like, you don't have the key yet, but I used my key. You can use the key you have to unlock the little box, but it's inside a bigger box and you don't have the key to that. He's like, but I used my key to unlock.
For the record, Penth, in my opinion, your son is absolutely epic. Like he's brilliant.
Yeah, he's got a good solution. So anyway, after that, I'm gonna keep kind of doing this with him. But I did go on. There's a website called Drive-Thru RPG that I recommend to anybody who's interested in any kind of RPG stuff. Pathfinder, official Wizards stuff. I think they have some of that, but it's like all of the like just the smaller RPG kind of stuff. And there are a number of systems geared toward kids. So I bought a book, a hardcover of, it's called Amazing Tales. And then I also got a bunch of PDFs from a series called Hero Kids. And they've got a lot more rules. So they happen to be on sale, like half off. The Hero Kids ones actually, like, it's got maps and little miniatures, and it's got like kind of some tactical combat stuff. So
that's awesome.
I'm not going to do that with him yet, but a lot of it's just kind of theater of the imagination, and I give him kind of a reasonable dice check and get him to roll a d6 or a d20 or whatever. So that was fun. I think I'm going to keep doing that with him, and I might broadcast it if it goes well.
Yeah, cool. I'll definitely watch that. That's really cool. Definitely really cool.
Pretty cool.
It's funny watching
the tabletop is always fun.
Yeah, it's really cool watching the imagination of the young ones.
Well, it's just funny because as an adult, you go for the goal, right? Everything you consider obstacles in your way and you try to get rid of them, and he kind of does. But like, there was a game called Robot Turtles. That was a Kickstarter a while back. It made quite a lot of money at the time.
I think I'd heard about it.
Yeah, I think I talked about it on the podcast, and it basically sort of teaches kids programming, right? They can turn the turtle left, turn the turtle right, move the turtle forward. And they have cards, and the idea is that when they first learn, they give you one card at a time. Okay, the turtle goes forward. Okay, now the turtle goes forward, and they give you the card. But after a while, like, they can play 3 cards at a time, right? Like, and they can basically write the program, and then you execute the program as the adult. Well, they have an ice wall. Is like there's regular walls and there's ice walls, and if there's an ice wall in the way, you can use a laser to melt the ice wall. Well, I've found that if I put ice walls on the board, my son will not try to get the gem. My son will move the turtle around the entire board, corner to corner, left to right, and melt every single ice wall before he gets the gem.
Awesome.
Like,
awesome.
He melts all the ice walls. He doesn't give a shit that the gem can be right next to his turtle, and he will go off to the side to melt some ice walls somewhere else.
He's probably just imagining turtles shooting lasers out of their eyes.
He is, and it's the same. Like, also though, like when he plays Mario, he doesn't necessarily try to get all the way to the end of the level. He wants to get every coin, and he wants to defeat every enemy. And I'm like, you're gonna run out of time, and you're not gonna, you're almost at the end of the level, and you're gonna get yourself killed. He's like, yeah, but I want that coin.
You know what this sounds like to me? This is exactly like his father, who, by the way, is an engineer in real life, right? This is the kind of person who wants to do everything else except for the real true main goal, right? Let's make this really cool. Let's try to do this.
It depends. I mean, a lot of games, sometimes I get caught up in trying to finish every single thing, but a lot of the times, like in a Mario level, like I don't give, like I just want to get through the level, and then I'll come back and try to get all the big coins or whatever it is. And he doesn't care. He'll fail as many times as it takes to get every single coin.
That's awesome, though. So, kudos to him.
That was my week. 2 weeks.
Awesome. All right.
Great.
Well, does anybody else have anything here? No.
Besides the Stronghold Crusader thing, no.
Okay. Well, there's that. Before I move on, though, I forgot one particular article in news. The Nintendo Labo finally got an actual demo to the North American press.
Nintendo what now?
The Labo, the cardboard, all the cardboard interactive stuff for the Switch.
It's pretty cool.
Cardboard interactive stuff for the Switch. I'm looking at the video now.
It's hard to describe. So
it's basically you know how they had all that useless plastic shit for the Wii? It's not useless cardboard shit for the Switch.
Right.
Oh.
So what was going on with this? And I'm gonna roughly quote myself here. I remember saying that I distinctly think that this is gonna fail because it's cardboard. And when you put cardboard in the hands of kids, they're gonna tear this stuff apart.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right? Well, apparently not. At least in this press kit, this I guess press release that they did, several of the writers and stuff like that, they were invited to bring their kids along as well. They were invited to build the kits on the multiple kit sort of version instead of the robot version. But not only were they saying this is really well done, a lot of the cardboard was reinforced, right? So it kind of built upon itself. Several parts were articulating or movable. This received huge honors with the people that were at this particular convention. Really awesome. So I stand corrected. If this is really as good as they're saying, this might actually work, which will be kind of cool to see. One of the guys who's in the video that I posted in our news channel actually knows how to play piano, and one of the kits that he demoed was the piano kit for the Labo, and he said it worked really well. So yeah, very cool. But anyway, like I said, I forgot to bring that up. Anyway, let's move on to my favorite part of the show, right? And you guys know it because you've been waiting this past hour for it. And I know, I apologize, but I have to do things in order. You guys, this is my favorite part. It's the 6 Gaming Roundtable. Yay, right? I know. I'm excited too. Yeah, exactly. You guys aren't as excited as I am, but that's okay.
Yay.
So I wanted to ask you guys, yes, you guys, my awesome and illustrious co-hosts, as well as you guys right there in chat, I wanted to ask you guys a particular question, and I fucking expect an answer. Okay?
Well,
I didn't wait an hour not to get any feedback. I'm just saying.
You're not getting any feedback now.
I'm just putting it out there. I want feedback. So what this is I ask you guys, our awesome and illustrious chat, as well as my awesome and illustrious co-hosts, a particular question each week, and you guys have better respond. So this week, I had to ask the particular question, how do you feel the relationship between professional gamers and the streamers, how do you feel that should actually be? Is the current meta, or I say that in quotes, is the particular relationship between the streamers and the players, is it appropriate? Is it the way that things should be? And of course, this comes from the Overwatch fiasco, right? Not only did the players have their viewpoint of things, but the streamers call things as they see them, and then of course respond to all of this. So how do you guys feel about this relationship between streamers and players?
You mean the casters?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's interesting because League of Legends didn't really ever have this dynamic very much. And to see it, and Monte Cristo's the type of personality that will do this. And it's to me, I really think that the players do need to conduct themselves the way that they should be, which is professional, no matter what. And to hell with the casters, they just need to ignore them, because you see this shit in professional sports too. Yep. Shaq didn't fool anyone.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's what this Dr. DOA segment makes me think of. The Shaq didn't fool. This happens in professional sports. Esports players need to suck it up. I don't like that they're doing this. The casters are doing this, but they're doing it for the entertainment value. The players need to just play.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I am of the same opinion. I think that what you're doing in the game should have absolutely no bearing on what the casters have to say about it, and vice versa. What the casters say should have no impact as to how you are playing. You shouldn't even worry about it, right? If you're going to go back and watch these old videos, you need to go back and watch how you're doing, not what the casters are saying you're doing or what the casters are saying you should be doing. There's a reason that you are playing the game, and there's a reason that the casters are, casting, for lack of a better term.
Yep.
I agree.
Wow. That was just so in depth. Thank you.
What does Dan think? Dan is got his thinking face on.
I honestly, I don't watch enough professional esports to have.
Okay, but you've seen
an opinion. I know what you mean.
You watch plenty of, I guess you call them normal sports, right? Or I guess physical sports. Let's call them physical sports, right?
Sports.
The same thing kind of applies, right?
Double Dare or physical challenge.
Oh, jeez.
Exactly. Let's go back to 1990s Nickelodeon.
Let's. No, part of it is, I mean, maybe I'm off, but sometimes during esports stuff, you can hear what the casters are saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, if you're at a basketball game, you don't really hear
oh no, they can't really hear them live because they have really good.
Right. Oh, okay. I thought sometimes they were listening to the commentary.
Well, no, but every now and then you will get an esport that will, I guess, broadcast loud enough for the players to hear.
This isn't broadcasting though. This is segments in between.
Oh, okay.
Weeks.
Yeah,
right.
I kind of
yeah.
Segments in between.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody calls you out, that's not appropriate for them to do that in some cases. But if you did some shit that needs calling out, then that's your own damn fault. It's like you said, it's like regular sports. If someone's going to be shitty, let them be shitty. And if somebody's shitty to you for no reason, you can kind of snap back, but you can also just let it go. And
I mean, personally, I kind of equate this to the old John Madden, playback sort of stuff. He's like, well, the quarterback did this, but what he probably should have done was this.
Yeah, but John Madden also said, the team that gets the ball into the end zone scores the points and wins the game.
Well, that's true. I'm not accounting for his intellect. Don't get me wrong. But you're right. So what they're saying though is, Mercy went out and decided that she was going to be the first to take point, and that really should have been the tank's job to go in there and take that. But then you end up getting pissed off because you were playing Mercy, and what you did, you felt was absolutely right to do, and you react negatively. I have to wonder about why you're even worried about what the casters are saying.
That's an ego thing, right?
Well, it's got to be,
I mean, it's not like it. I'll go back to Shaq and a fool again. Shaq has feuded with actual NBA players over this. I mean, it's just an ego thing, really.
I guess to me, though, you have to hold yourself accountable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You made that choice. Was it right or was it wrong? Doesn't matter. In that particular moment, in that particular situation, you made a judgment call. You know what I mean? Whether that was with your team or not, it shouldn't matter. What you need to do is, instead of going back and looking at some of these matches, instead of listening to the casters, you need to be taking notes on your performance. You need to be worried about you. And I guess that's my that's my viewpoint of the whole situation.
Yeah. I agree.
Yep. Seems good.
Wow. You are just insightful as ever. Thank you.
Well, I feel kind of out of my depth. This is sort of, from my perspective, like that one interview between Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, where Ben Affleck just kind of stares into space. And then he asks his opinion. He goes, "I agree."
Well,
that was the interview. They put Simon and Garfunkel on it.
Yeah,
I just don't know enough about the subject to say anything. That's pretty much it.
You don't watch esports?
I don't. I barely watch Twitch.
Okay.
At all.
No, that's fair. I mean, okay. Well, I guess on that note, I have nothing else unless anyone wants to interject here. No?
Completely unrelated, in one of my other Discord servers.
Yes.
You know how there's a whole thing about Twitch is cracking down on people like being inappropriate or whatever and getting views just by how they look and whatever.
Are the boob streamers finally getting banned?
Supposedly, but like someone posted like, yeah, Twitch, way to police. And it's this chick who like paints her body a whole bunch.
Oh,
and
God.
Like the chat is just like the comment made was, "Chat is thirsty AF," and I was like, yes.
Are they white knighting?
Oh, well, there's half white knight and half everyone's just like,
of
yeah,
course.
you know, that's really good. Like trying to, I mean, I don't even know how much she makes, but a fuck ton of money painting her. I mean, it's not
probably
bad,
more than you do.
but
Well, yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, I reckon that we are going to go ahead and wrap things up. So thank you guys so very much for tuning in this week on episode 153. Is it really? Wow. That's crazy.
We should just skip to our old numbering.
We should, right? Just suddenly
like,
jump
suddenly
100.
Be like 400, 240 something.
Right. Absolutely. Fuck it. You know, what are numbers? If there's one thing I learned in my Oklahoma public education, numbers don't really mean anything, right?
Numbers mean things.
Yeah, they're just there. I mean, although to be honest, if it's past 10, I'm pretty lost. You know, they don't really have any bearing, but anyway. So thank you guys so very much for joining us on episode 153 of the Six Gaming Podcast. God, I was happy to have you guys. And of course, though, I would be remiss if I didn't let my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts here say goodnight. So, Mr. Attention Grabber, would you please, sir, say goodnight?
Good night, everybody.
Word. Next up, Mr. Pantherian, please.
It's been a long time since I've gotten to hear you say remiss. So that was nice.
I'm one of the few who say it.
I would be remiss not to hear remiss. Remiss.
There's such thing as too much of a good thing. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Leave my catchphrases alone, you motherfucker. Anyway, Mr. Ron Klee, please say goodnight.
News!
News!
Oh, sorry. I stole your catchphrase. I'm sorry.
I know. Don't take my shit away, asshole. Anyway, thank you guys. I am, of course, Shosan. And once again, we will be back with you guys next week. In fact, every Saturday at 10 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you tune in right here at twitch.tv/6gaminggg. Or you can check us out on our website, along with our several Discord channels, Twitch, Twitter, you name it. It's all there at 6.gg. So thank you guys again so very much for joining us this week. I have to, of course, let Mr. Ron Klee take it away.
Say bye.